Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. I want to talk about all the things that I have bought in the year of 2021, wrap up my low buy year 2021 and just share the things and also my thoughts when it comes to low buy and being a minimalist, still of course consuming some things, but trying to be very intentional with that. So today I'm showing the things that I have bought for myself, for my life, and not the things that I have bought or that we have bought as a household. I live with my partner and my son, and so that might be different for you, of course, but this is the stuff I have the full control over, where I can make the decision entirely based on my wants and needs, and so this is what we are going to talk about. So in the beginning of the year, I think on 1st of January, I ordered a hard drive. It was this one right here. I really needed more storage space for all the videos for YouTube, and I do want to have more than just the videos that are online, so I keep my data, so I bought this hard drive. This is a lazy hard drive. These are more expensive than other ones, but I trust this company. It is really good quality. It has a bumper to protect it if it would fall down, and I use this every single day, so I think that's worth it. And it's also made from metal and not plastic, which I like too. It's the 5 terabyte version, and yeah, I would buy this again. This was a good purchase. So this year for my low buy, I gave myself the rule to only buy one thing a month, and it counts both for business things and personal things, and I'm gonna show you how that ended up. So the first thing was a business expense. The second thing I bought is 2 SD cards. This is actually not even one of them. I'm filming with one of the SD cards I bought, and the other one is gone. I might have lost it. It could even be that it was stolen, but it was a weird situation. I'm not gonna go into detail, but the other SD card is gone, and for now I have just one. We'll see. I think I need to buy a new one, but I bought 2 SD cards. These are just some things that you need to buy from time to time, also for my business mainly. The next thing I bought was actually something for myself, and it was wool to knit this sweater. Now it was not so much wool, it was just a bit over 300 grams. And so the sweater is pretty cropped and it just fits me barely, and I really like the color. I think it suits my skin tone well. And it was so much fun knitting this sweater. I also have a video about it and also a complete playlist of where I had my first attempt and then I reopened it. But if you want to check out the video where I explain how this sweater was knitted, I'm gonna link it up here for you. I have decluttered this sweater since it's still here because I'm not sure if I'm gonna open it up and use it, the wool again, or if I want to give it away like this. Yeah, but this is the sweater I knitted out of the wool I got, and I'm still happy about that purchase. It gave me a lot of fun hours to knit, and now we're gonna see what I'm going to do with the wool from here. And the next thing I got is, I think, the purchase I regret the most, or the only one I actually regret from this year. And this is these linen pants. So going into 2021, I had a beautiful pair of linen pants. They were beige as well, but a bit darker, and they were amazing. But then in June or something, they ripped on my butt and I was not able to fix it. I actually made a top out of it, but then I needed to buy new ones, and I really debated if I should get linen pants from an ethical label or if I should buy them secondhand. But then I decided to go with the secondhand option because it was a lot less expensive, and it also, in general, it's still a bit more sustainable if you buy something secondhand over from a sustainable brand. But these linen pants were originally from H&M, and they are just not good quality. I'll show you here, the buttonhole is completely wrecked. And I haven't even used them that much because I also think they are a bit too big for me. And they are just so light. The sweater has a similar color, but for pants, they have stains. They are just a bit harder to wear because they're even lighter, and I don't think they look as good as the other pair, and they're kind of already falling apart. They have different areas as well where they're not perfect anymore. And so I kind of regret buying these pants because they were just not. Now I don't look forward wearing these, and I don't think I have worn them in the last 2 or 3 months even, just because I don't like them. I have them for now, but I really think that I want to buy the linen pants I originally wanted from the sustainable brands, and I might do that soon. Because this is, I mean, the wrap up of this low buy, so I'm not gonna buy anything this year, because otherwise then I would be lying now, right? And then the next purchase was actually an interesting one I didn't plan on making, also one I don't know if I would have made if the circumstances were different. Also, I don't know, but it's these shoes. And actually a subscriber or a viewer reached out to me and she said that she had these shoes and she didn't need them anymore because they don't really fit her well enough. And she asked me if I wanted to have them. And then she sent them to me and I tried them on and I said, yeah, they fit. I really like them. I want to pay you something because they are new. And so I paid her, I think, 60 euros for this pair of barefoot shoes. I really like the color. It's made from leather. It's, I think, made from Germany by a German brand. And I like them. I haven't worn them a lot and now it's winter, so I mostly use my winter shoes. But I think I'm gonna get a lot of wear out of them next year and in the future and the coming years, I hope at least. And so yeah, that's the next thing I have bought. Yeah, I explain more about it, why I haven't really worn them so much in the video I'm linking up here. It's my like extreme minimalist shoe collection where I show you every pair of shoes and what I use them for. And then the next thing I bought in summer was an extra battery for my camera. I don't know if you know, batteries for cameras are pretty expensive. So I think this was like 70 euros or something. So I only bought one because I just thought like the one battery that is always in my camera, that's just not enough. It's like sometimes running out, and I had a trip ahead of me to like the Swiss mountains where we have limited access to electricity. And so I bought an extra battery. I'm happy I did that because it just takes off some of the stress when it comes to planning on shooting videos and things like that. Because now I always know that I do have an extra battery, that I don't have to like charge the camera, charge the battery and cannot use it while it's charging. I still don't have like a proper charger, so I charge the battery in my camera, which is also not something I want to have for the future. So in the future, I'm going to buy an extra charger, but that costs like over 100 euros, I think. I'm not sure, but it's really expensive. So I haven't done that, but that's something that I'm gonna buy next year, I think. Then next thing I bought this year was actually another hard drive. So this one is not 5 terabyte or similar, but it's 18 terabytes. And I just ran out of storage again. I had no place to back up my files, and so I needed to buy a new hard drive. And so I went for the biggest I could find, like that was still pretty compact. This actually needs extra power and it's a lot bigger just because it's like, yeah, also a different size of drive inside. But I really hope this is gonna be like good for several years and I don't need to buy another backup drive. It's also made from metal on the outside, really good quality. I'm really happy with it and yeah, don't regret that, even though it was really expensive. And then the next thing I bought was an inlet for my notebook. I'm gonna show you. This is like a wooden notebook that I bought several years ago, and you can take out the inside part where you actually write in. So every time it's full, you can buy a new inlet and you don't have to buy a complete like new notebook. And mine was full and so I bought it. Actually now I'm not using it anymore to make like notes, to-do lists and things like that, like I've done it in the past, but now I'm using this as my journal because my old journal filled up and I don't really need like a notebook on everyday basis anymore because I'm not in university anymore. I just take notes on my phone or my computer and that's enough. So this is my new journal and I needed an inlet for it. And then the last physical thing I have bought this year is wool, a lot of wool. But this wool is not really for me because it's for a new business I'm starting. I'm starting a small sustainable knitting business where I offer you knitted goods and also maybe patterns in the future and also custom orders so you can choose what kind of a knitted piece you want to have and I'm gonna knit it for you. And so I've bought a bunch of wool for that, but it's not something that is gonna go into my wardrobe, but it's still something that I own right now. So I thought, let's share that too. And then if we try to see if I was successful with my rule, I bought a total of 9 physical items for myself this year. So that would mean, of course, successful. But I think I made this rule in the beginning of the year, and it's more complicated to determine what one item is than I thought. Because now I counted like wool as one item. Of course, it was different pieces of wool. And also I have not counted the wool that I currently own, but that's not for me for the future. I also have bought 2 knitting patterns that are digital. I have bought 2 or even 3 domains for websites. I have bought, let's see. Oh, a software for taxes. But that's like something I buy each and every, like I pay each and every month. And I have, of course, bought some tickets. I was in Switzerland once visiting my family this year, or I haven't traveled to anywhere else. Yeah. So I have bought a few more things. Now, my thoughts. I think it was successful. I do not regret doing this low buy, and I think all the purchases were kind of worth it, maybe except for the linen pants, and I'm not sure if I would have bought the shoes right now, but I know like I like them and I am going to get a lot of use out of them. And it was just, that was the case where it's like, it's just a good deal, you know? A subscriber reaches out and offers them to me. It was just a situation where it kind of made sense. But that's also the difficult part, of course, as we know when it comes to shopping or trying to shop less. So I'm happy with what I did, but I wanted to also talk about how I want to continue. What am I going to do in the year of 2022? So I do think, of course, I want to continue buying things intentionally. That is a very important value of mine. Being a minimalist, trying to be sustainable, it is really important to me to pay a lot of attention to the things I buy, because they make a huge impact on my life, on the environment, and I think it just also saves me a lot of stress in the future if I decide well right now and don't buy things that I have to, care for, deal with, declutter again later because they are not what I thought they would be in my life. But one change I will make for the year of 2022 is that I don't think I will count business expenses as much. For once, I can deduct them from taxes. So yes, I buy them and they are in my apartment if they're physical. The money situation is a bit different. And on the other hand, it's just like a business or my business. For the business, it doesn't really make sense to try to keep it as minimal as possible, because the priority for this YouTube channel, for my business, for my personal brand is definitely having like a simple, streamlined, but also successful way of running it. And I think it's hard enough running a small business and trying to grow it. So I don't want to hold myself back by thinking about the items I can buy for it. For my personal life, I very much still want to be very mindful and kind of not buy so much, because it has been like a theme in my life that I think I want to have less fluctuation and less change when it comes to my belongings. I want to be more like buy something and keep it for 10 years. And that somehow has been pretty hard for me. And so I definitely want to go forward with still being very intentional and only buy a little amount of things each year. So I think 1 thing per month is a good number. And it even means that I can buy more because it's going to be only for my personal stuff next year. But I hope that it's still going to be less than 12, but we're going to see. And I think it's also okay to be kind of spontaneous or to leave some wiggle room for needs that might come up. But the other thing I want to talk about is that my life most certainly is different from yours. I'm a content creator, and especially during the past year, I have gotten a lot of like PR samples from brands. I do have to pay taxes on them. That's maybe something interesting to know for you. In Germany, you have to pay taxes for like items you receive as PR samples or gifted or whatever. So if I receive a 100 euro sweater, I have to count that as income, as like 100 euros of income, and I have to pay taxes on it. But I still got a lot of free stuff. So of course I didn't need to buy as many clothes, for example, because I got several different bralettes, I got some underwear, I got 1 t-shirt, I think, 2 sweaters, a sweatpants, no, 3 sweaters. I just got things, you know. Also some laundry detergent. There were just different things I got for free, and that's also the reason why I'm really not sure if I'm gonna make a similar video like this next year, and if I'm gonna make like low buy updates like this. Another thing that I've been doing recently is monthly in and out videos. I think that is a better way to just show you what comes into my life and goes out of my life without focusing so much on if I have bought it or not. It just shows you more of the reality and is less like strict, or I think it gives a better picture. So I'm gonna link you my playlist of in and out videos up here if you want to check it out. And there's also gonna be my next in and out video soon where I share the things that I've bought and decluttered in December of 2021. On top of these things, we have bought some things for our household, and I have also gotten some things for free, whether it was gifts or things that I found on the street where people like put it out in a box and said for free, take if you need something, things like that. So there are more things new in my life this year than that I've shown you in this video, but this was the easiest to conclude this low buy year for you. Now let me know how your low buy or spending has been going. Are you satisfied and happy with the way that you spend your money and get new things into your life? And now I suggest you watch this video right here. It's talking about why I kind of stopped wanting to be an extreme minimalist and think that being intentional in general is enough for the future, and I don't have to count my items or to be very strict. And so I hope to see you right there, right now. Bye!